Today you're going to be using the negative space to work on creating an image, and we are going to be using leaves. So I'm going to use my viewfinder. I grabbed a white sheet of paper, but your desk should be light enough that you can situate it directly on your desk. You're going to grab a few different pieces of branches, and you're going to position them how you would like them to look. You do want to leave quite a bit of negative space, but having some overlapping might be interesting for this. I think I'm going to come out like that. Then I'm going to position my viewfinder. Let's see, I think I'm going to do something like this. And I'm just going to go ahead and rest it on there, and I do want it in that frame here. Okay, so position it how you'd like it. Remember, if you don't finish sketching something out, snap a picture so that you have it for later, since we do have to erase these. All right, so there is my leaves. And then I'm gonna grab one of my forms from the front table. It doesn't really matter what it says on the bottom at this point. We're just gonna use whatever. And make sure you have those crosshairs. The crosshairs are super important. If you can't see the crosshairs because the copy was too light, look for the little marks here. Grab a ruler. Line it up with the two marks on the edges, and lightly, very lightly draw in the crosshairs. You're gonna want those, but you also wanna be able to erase them at the end if you are using them, and if you want your image to be without them. But this is a practice, so it's okay. All right, here we go. So I've got my crosshairs. I am looking at the negative space. So the positive space is the leaves and the branches. The negative is all the white behind it. So I'm gonna start right about here, and what I'm paying attention to is the crosshairs and how much detail I have in between here. So really I'm looking for just a shape that looks like that. So I'm gonna come over here. Don't pay attention to the leaf, just pay attention to that shape. So this shape is what I just drew right there. Now I'm gonna come in and I'm gonna start to look at this shape and kind of where this shape appears from. So by drawing in the negative space, try not to pay attention to any detail, just pay attention to the sizing. By drawing in the negative space, essentially I am drawing the leaves, but really I'm just focusing on what all this white information is. I want to go ahead and add the other one right here real quick. So looking at the white space, try not to focus on the fact that it ends up drawing something else. So I'm looking at this shape and making sure that I get that shape there, which I think I need to move this up a little bit. Map it out onto your picture plane if you'd like to. So if you're struggling with just having it there, you can do that with your Expo marker and draw in all the negative shapes. So for example, if I was doing that, make sure you keep your picture plane still. That's the negative shapes I'm looking at. See how that's there now? So you could map it in like that, or you could just draw with it laying there. I'm gonna keep drawing with it laying there. Kind of hard when you're trying not to pay attention to the leaves, just the shapes. But give it a try, and if it's too much, you can take it off. You can do it with the Expo marker.